Bloodhound, Trapmore Gang. Anybody that's followed Chicago drill is familiar with two names, Bloodhound Lil Jeff and Bloodhound Q50. Now, there's been rumors for quite a long time that these guys were operating as contract killers, hitmen. All right, I've done videos about both of them. Okay, I called them rapping hitmen. That's what they have. That's not me snitching. They are rapping about doing hits, and they're always talking about going on hits. Right. And they always talk about how many hats/murders that they've committed. That's on them. That was their idea. They put that out there. Okay. Exactly. And Q50, he's been talking.
Mula, the snitch. Your titles are federal. Oh.
For a while about hits that he was doing across state lines. You're gonna call me the feds, but he's the one that said all this, okay? He said, dudes know I got bodies from state to state in the mill, Milwaukee. I'll be clapping dudes for the for the money, for the paper, all right? And so in this video, I'm basically going to break down some of the theories that have been going around and some of the new information that surfaced about the potential truth behind Bloodhound Q50 and his deceased compadre Lil Jeff apparently being out-of-town hitmen and running up the bag in Milwaukee, murdering people, specifically a gruesome triple murder that some people think they are actually responsible for. Bloodhound Lil Jeff also talked about doing murders in Milwaukee. He said, dump a dog in a mill and I still got the pound. Quick to hop out and chase you down. He's talking about, I commit murders in Milwaukee and I got paid for it. Now, prior to his passing, okay, if you know the story and you know my channel, you'll know that Lil Jeff infamously posted images to Instagram alluding to having murdered a lot of people. Specifically, this is one where he claimed to have 10 hats. He basically posted it, says, I know you heard about that shit. They say I did, but I did worse. He's showing 2 hats. He allegedly committed a double murder, all right? 3 hats in one at the start. That is apparently a reference to a brazen triple murder that happened out of town. These 2 graduation caps, these are references to him killing 2 students outside of a school, right? So it's 3 hits on the first go round.
That shit is weird, bro. Like, you know how much of an evil weirdo, evil genius you gotta be? Like that, like, why are you thinking this hard and this complex with all these crazy riddles and shit like that? Like, bro,
you know, 2 graduation. We know what you're talking about, Lil Jeff. We know what you're talking about. So interestingly, all right, we finally received information from Chicago Police Department that Lil Jeff definitely wasn't capping about having these hats.
We know that. We seen him we seen him die trying to kill somebody. So we for sure know that he was doing it. But see, I call it goofy and lame. I don't call it real, nigga. Oh, he was really doing it. He's really like that. I don't put that positive connotation on it. I put a negative connotation on that goofy shit you out here doing. So you that slow that you got to kill people for money?
If you know the backstory, I'm going to give you a very, very brief update.
Not the
in
cool
January
guys,
of 2024, 2 high school students were killed in a broad daylight shooting, and it would later surface that apparently these 2 young guys, I believe their names were Monty and Lil Rob, who were actually killed in retaliation for Lil Jeff getting his watches taken.
I'm going to show you right now where this happened. Take a look behind me here. The teens 16 and 17.
I just want to let y'all understand, get y'all the full outlook of everything going on. He has a Louis Vuitton shirt on. This is a fake Louis Vuitton shirt. Louis Vuitton never made that shirt. Okay, this man has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 20s and a $5 bill in his hand. That polo don't even look real. They got killed over some fake watches that they asked to see. They took them and then ran away. And these niggas really went and killed them over it. I just want y'all to get the full understanding of how goofy this shit is. It's just stupid.
Who were actually killed in retaliation for Lil Jeff getting his watches taken.
I'm going to show you right now where this happened. Take a look behind me here. The teens 16 and 17 were shot just on the other side of this elevator structure that you see here, close to the street. Police are calling this an isolated incident. The moments before and after the shooting were all caught on a nearby surveillance camera. You can see both victims here on the left side of your screen. Here on the right side, a dark-colored SUV pulls up.
Where was the victims at? Let me see.
Moments before and after the shooting were all caught on a nearby surveillance camera. You can see both victims here on the left side of your screen. Here on the right side, a dark-colored SUV pulls up. Underneath the
I've
train
seen people
tracks,
running.
at least one person can be seen running from the car, ambushing the victims. The shooter then runs back into the SUV. The driver taking off south on Wabash and then turning west on Madison. All of this happening right in the middle
heart
of
of
the Loop
downtown.
lunch rush hour. Witnesses tell us as many as 10 or more shots were fired. Chicago police say a group of 6 teens had just left a nearby high school when the shooting happened.
So immediately after that shooting took place, if you know the story well, you'll know
we
that
know
Lil
it.
Jeff took to Instagram Live to basically take responsibility for the whole situation, and police would later use this as evidence. Alright, so I don't want to play the music too much, right? But he's saying, you know that shit never take too long. That's a lyric that he would later rap, a bunch of clock emojis, a bunch of thumbs
they
down.
on a drilling
He
and high.
basically saying he did it, right? And apparently, I'm hearing that he was in the same fit, is what it is. Now, in
Hell
February...
yeah, talking about hearing. Bro,
Saying
this
he
is
did it.
right after they did it. They in the car on the way back to the... What you mean the same fit? The same everything. The police, I don't know if y'all know, they got car, phone pinging, locations. These motherfuckers slid with their phone on, with their phone in their pocket, slid downtown, killed some niggas, got back in the car, and before they even made it out the car, they look like they on the freeway back to the hood right now. They probably on Lakeshore Drive. On the way back to the hood, they ain't changed their clothes, nothing. They still got the same mask on, all that. They recorded themselves, and after they recorded themselves, they turned on a song that's talking about killing, pulled their phone out, recorded themselves. The nigga in the back don't even got no mask on. Recorded themselves with the same exact clothes on, with the same phone, and then after all that, they posted the shit, bro. They posted
and
it.
apparently, I'm hearing that he was in the same fit, is what it is. Now, in February of 2025, the police eventually arrested 2 Bloodhound members for the shooting, and specifically, they identified a deceased co-defendant that died the same month as Lil Jeff. So we can pretty much deduce that it was Lil Jeff that they're talking about. It says, on the early afternoon of January the 26th, 2024, Coleman and 2 others jumped out of a stolen Infiniti SUV and shot Boston and Williams on Wabash Avenue. Shortly after they were dismissed from nearby Innovations High School, the high school students and Coleman's accomplices, including another Innovation student, had a history of disputes prior to the fatal shooting, prosecutors said in a charging document. Coleman was arrested in Jefferson Park Wednesday. Over a year after that initial crime took place, Judge William Fay denied Coleman bail at a pre-trial detention hearing Saturday, citing the callous nature of social media posts
we'll see
uploaded
y'all-
minutes after the shooting. And
We'll see y'all about 2075, nigga. We'll see y'all then. Y'all's dumbass on. Y'all did all that over some fake watches and y'all still broke.
Coleman to be an active danger to society, who racked up multiple charges. One of Coleman's accomplices died in June, and the third shooter, who went to Innovations, has not been charged. That's very, very interesting. It says Coleman, along with 2 other accomplices, hopped out of a dark blue Infiniti SUV. Was it a Q50? Was it an XQ50 SUV? Perhaps. That was stolen 4 days prior from a University of Chicago parking lot and begun shooting for at least 15 seconds in the direction of Boston and Williams. Assistant State Attorney Mike Picara said they blocked the passage of cars underneath the Washington Wabash CTA station directly adjacent to Innovations. Both victims were shot in the chest, with Williams sustaining 6 wounds. Boston was shot 3 times. 22 shell casings were found at the scene, and both were declared dead. Coleman and his accomplices fled down Wabash Avenue. They basically pulled onto disable Lakeshore Drive on I-55 before arriving in South Suburban Dalton and Calumet City.
So they drove far. They drove a long way, basically. The downtown is towards the north side of Chicago. They got on Lakeshore Drive and drove all the way to South Shore, and then they took the South Shore, got on the 55, which is, I'm pretty sure that's the Dan Ryan. Got on the Dan Ryan and drove all the way to the south suburbs. So they on 2 completely opposite sides of the city. Okay, Calumet City is past. That's not even the Chicago no more. Dalton, Calumet City, that's like past 147. Like, you see what I'm saying? So they went from Wabash and probably like 12th Street, 14th Street. They went from 14th Street all the way to 150th Street, just to give y'all, for everybody not from the rack, just to give y'all some idea of how far they went.
After the alleged shooters swapped the license plates with another Infiniti FUV to throw the investigators off, but the plan didn't work. They were investigated for a year after the shooting with license plate readers, security cameras, eyewitness accounts, and social media videos, pod cameras, all stitched together. A picture of the stolen Infinitis whereabouts shortly after shots were fired. An anonymous tip pointed authorities towards an Instagram owned by the uncharged accomplice, Jeff, and Coleman's account was discovered shortly thereafter. Oh, actually, no, that might not be Jeff. That might be the young'un that was at the school. Videos of Coleman and the other alleged shooters pulling down balaclavas and revealing their faces were posted to social media accounts minutes after the shooting, and Coleman said the 2 other men in the videos were dancing to music that included lyrics about shooting at their ops. Suspects were identified because of clothing in the videos, matching witness testimony, and...
So, now, they do all this, but when I make a video and say that Bloodhound Q50 end up in a RICO, y'all say I'm crazy. Okay.
Security cameras that captured the shooting, including a red jacket Coleman was wearing with the letters AMI printed on the front. Why are you doing drills in such specific clothes? You're coming out like K-Flock.
Stupid.
The owner of the Infiniti SUV identified the interior of his vehicle from videos uploaded to social media. Investigators approached former teachers of Coleman, and they identified him as the person in the video. Cooked. Overly cooked. But could it be that Little Jeff and Q50 would just...
Coleman has a 2-year-old daughter resides in Pullman, his public defender said at Saturday's hearing. So I just want y'all to get your full understanding of how stupid, goofy, and broke these little boys is. They went downtown to kill somebody, snitched on themselves, posted it on Instagram, admitted to doing it, got locked up, and the dumb motherfucker can't even afford a lawyer. Not even a bad lawyer. They got a public defender. That's free. They don't. That means they don't even have $2,000 to hire a bad lawyer. They can't even, they can't hire nobody. They have a public defender, and you went down. You had the nerve to go downtown and kill somebody. Where's Bloodhound Q50 at? Where's Q50? Sliding with the hats and all my niggas good. Where's Q50? Ain't got y'all a lawyer? Y'all ain't got no lawyer from Q50? From Scrooly G? All these rap niggas, these rich rappers? Y'all ain't got no... Oh, man. It's looking bad, huh? Public defender? That's embarrassing, bro. You fucking goofies. You could have went and got a job. At least you would have had $5 in your pocket, nigga.
As sloppy with their Milwaukee hits. Now, if we go all the way back, all right, basically Milwaukee rapper and alleged trapper K-Rax would basically explain that the Bloodhounds, the gang from Chicago, actually have deep ties to the city of Milwaukee that goes back nearly a decade to 2015.
Connected to Chicago, Milwaukee.
Shit. I'm gonna get Milwaukee to Chicago is only like a 2-hour drive. So it's not like a whole nother side of it's really not nothing. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Baltimore to DC. I mean, not that close, but you know what I'm saying, though? It's really the same terrain.
For the sleep. We locked in with on the Kirby, Dern, they brothers. We've been locked in since we started on some street and it went. Shit, you know how when you do shit with people, it just lock you all in more and more and more and more. I met them niggas in bro, 2015. We was all broke as hell trying to come up with a way to get some money.
About Q50 and all them? Mm-hmm. Was they Bloodhound already when you met them?
Yeah, hell yeah.
There's a lot of stories on the internet about them coming up to Milwaukee and stuff. Talk about that a little bit.
Fake, bro.
Oh, nah, it's fake. So 5 minutes ago, y'all been locked in on some street shit for 2015, and then you say this fake. They're the ones who said it, bro. We didn't say that. We didn't come up with that shit. No, they said it in they rap songs. They got on Instagram saying they was catching bodies in Milwaukee for money. We didn't make that up. So they lying on it. So who lying? Either you lying or they lying. Because you just told us literally the complete opposite. You said y'all been locked in since 2015 on some street shit. You said the more y'all do street shit together, more and more and more illegal shit. Street shit is illegal shit. More y'all do illegal stuff, more y'all just keep getting locked in, more and more. And then when they tell us that they was killing people in Milwaukee, you saying it's fake. You already snitched on this. Bro.
Somebody who got enough time to make up.
But they even said it in a couple of their songs. I'm not talking about no hot shit. I'm saying they even said in their songs though about coming up to Milwaukee.
They was coming here to get money. There's a lot of money that could be.
So, what are we doing? What are we doing? The interview nigga said exactly what I said. We not making up. We not hot. We not police. We ain't coming up with this inside information. They said it. They said they was coming to Milwaukee and killing people for money. And your response to, yeah, they was coming up here getting money.
Made here. It's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in our city, folks. Just they gotta go and get that. Came here, they figured it out.
Yeah.
Shit, that been their way to get their money. It's way before rap. They've been coming here down there almost 12 years.
I didn't.
So I really hate. Hello.
They haven't been coming there 12 years. The little boy died when he was 20. So you trying to tell me he been coming into Milwaukee and killing niggas for money since he was 8?
I really hate how rappers and drill rappers and gangsters
stupid,
be doing this.
bro.
It's like, oh, that shit all fake. That's all fake. That's all cap. Nah, but they really were coming to Milwaukee to get their bread. They figured out a way to get bread in Milwaukee. They was getting busy in Milwaukee. But it's all fake. It's all cap. Isn't it all cap, Leah? Is it all cap?
Slow
it's all
as
cap.
a box of chips. That's what's problem. They dumb as hell.
Basically,
but then
right.
when I get on YouTube or Trap or Ross get on YouTube and we talk about what they said, we the police. You see how slow and dumb these motherfuckers is, bro? Like I want y'all to know the average IQ of the human race is declining in this country. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not getting better. Do your homework.
As we now have confirmed that it's all cap, it's all fake, but also they were definitely coming to Milwaukee for damn near 12 years.
Right.
To give you an idea of the type of business that K-Rex was getting money out of, okay, he was recently arrested for a major drug distribution operation.
Los Angeles in pursuit of a reckless homicide suspect.
An alleged fentanyl dealer, potentially linked to a man's suspicious death, is at the center of a West Dallas police chase. 29-year-old Daquan Walton is facing several serious charges, including first-degree recklessly endangering safety, maintained drug trafficking place, and fleeing from an officer.
We're going to go in for a pit if we can.
West Dallas police say on November 13th, they responded to the suspicious death of a man born in 1985 at a home near South 74th and West Walker Streets. Inside the home, officers found a digital scale with tan residue and other drug paraphernalia. The man's longtime girlfriend was taken into custody for her suspected involvement in giving the man fentanyl. She told officers that Walton had supplied the two with fentanyl daily for 6 years. Officers arranged for the woman to buy drugs from Walton later that day in Milwaukee near 39th and National. When he arrived, they attempted to pull him over, but he wouldn't stop. Officers say Walton hit 80 miles per hour, weaving in and out of traffic before getting on the interstate. During the chase, officers say he tossed drugs and a weapon out of the window.
He was dumping it in between essentially Lloyd and the stop sign for the Lisbon exit. Look for other baggage. Did anybody pick up the gun?
After a 7-minute pursuit, he was eventually pulled over.
Suspects in custody, 24 Walnut.
Officers say Walton had 11 phones, a small amount of fentanyl, and nearly $2,500 in his car. He admitted
11 phones, a bunch of fen.
to throwing the gun out of the window, but says
It's so there's a lot going on over in Milwaukee. Let's say that.
What?
Right? Milwaukee's definitely cracking. It's frying. People saying, "Damn, K-Rex."
Yeah, that's the
Is
rap
he
nigga
really
that was
up
just talking.
a bag of fent? Would have been 10 bags of fent, but if the cops ain't make me. Anyway, all right. On the song My Glizzy, alongside Q50, okay, and K-Rex, Bloodhound Lil Jeff allude to killing people for K-Rex. He said, "No, I'm still hopping out, even if I got the wheel. They telling me rap, but I'm still gonna drill. Do play with K-Rex, then you know he getting killed. No, I ain't talking cleats when I say we in the field. I can see it in his eyes. He never caught a kill." So he said, "You play with K-Rex, I'm a kill for you." Like, what? In Milwaukee? Like, is that where you be killing? Now, I'm going to tell you about the case, okay? Get your comment.
Sound like K-Rex was selling drugs, had some money. Sound like if K-Rex had a problem with niggas, he told him to come out there and kill people for some money. That's what it sounded like to me.
In now, call me the Fed.
Bloodhound Q50 on the same song, so.
Let's do your thing. I know, yeah, I know how it goes, all right? Guys can jump on songs talking about how they kill people in Milwaukee all day long, but if I pull up a little video, all right, of a brutal triple murder that actually took place in the city, apparently this was a drug-related homicide. I've already told you these dudes be dealing with the fent and they in the drug trade in Milwaukee, and they're saying Lil Jeff be getting his money out of Milwaukee, doing what he had to do, finding a way to make money. I'll be wrong. But I'm going to tell you, in March 2022, the authorities in Milwaukee did respond to a brutal triple homicide that did apparently have something to do with the drug trade. This is it.
The case involving 3 men shot and killed execution style at an apartment in Milwaukee is still unsolved.
Damn.
2 of the victims were brothers, and detectives say it's going to take the whole community to get this killer off the streets.
They ain't no more pain. They ain't gonna hurt no more.
On March 28th, a day after the
Now, notice this as well. When they talk about they be killing people in Milwaukee, they say, I be in the mill. That doesn't just stand for Milwaukee. This shit happened on Mill Road. The mill. They be in the mill catching hats. Oh, what, Milwaukee or Mill Road? All the same. You, like, stop telling on yourselves, and then I won't make videos about it. But, like,
exactly.
When they say they be in the mill catching hats, they really be in the Mill Road in Milwaukee.
I ain't even
the
peeped
triple
that.
shooting, droves of people came out to remember the 3 men killed. Anthony Thompson, Thierry McKinney, Clarence Harris.
When are we gonna stop? When are we gonna love?
The day before this vigil, family members of one of the men called police when they hadn't heard from him. Milwaukee police detectives say they went to the apartment at 54th and Mill Road.
When they got there, they found that the door was ajar to the apartment. And when they entered the apartment, they found that there were 3 adult males that were all deceased of gunshot wounds.
Detective Tim Keller says they believe it happened around 2 in the morning while people were sleeping, which makes what they know about this case limited.
At least one of the victims.
Bullshit, because unless they had a silencer, bro, somebody heard them getting. That's what I was finna say. Like, so the door was already open, was cracked open for I don't know how long. They had been dead for I don't know how long, and you telling me somebody ran up in the crib, killed 3 people, and ran out, and nobody heard nothing, nobody seen nothing, nobody called the police, nothing.
That resided at the residence where this occurred was engaged in drug dealing from that residence. And that's potentially the motive for this. People sometimes are hesitant to tell us what type of activities their loved one was involved in that could have led to their death. It really does not matter to us other than potentially figuring out a motive. We don't work any less hard on a case just because someone was engaged in drug dealing prior to being killed. We need that information to come forward. And no matter what the information is, if someone in the community knows who is responsible for this, we need a person who's capable of entering someone else's home and killing 3 people to be held accountable so that they can't do this again.
They say.
Well, if the rumors are to be believed, right? People saying this is Lil Jeff's hats. People saying didn't pay the plug. This is the hit Lil Jeff was on. That's 11 months ago. It's a long time ago, right? People been knowing this. Lil Jeff's hit, allegedly. All right? You're going to call me the feds and act like this isn't what's going on. Now, obviously, one of the people who would allude to this triple murder having happened was Lil Jeff in his Instagram post, which, as you already know, that is 3 hats. Right?
Now, I want to know what day did he post that on? Because this says it was 2 years ago, which it might be like 2 years and some change. That video, I think the Milwaukee shit was 3 years ago, it said.
You already know.
So if he posted this video if he posted this picture shortly after that triple murder, then you know that just tell you everything he said. But also, like he said, this is very telling. These three hats, you know what I'm saying? You got to look into the messaging. 3 hats, 3 of the same hats. Then he goes to different one. Then he puts 2 of the same hats, and we know for a fact that he committed. The police has said that he committed that murder outside of Innovations on Wabash. So he killed these 2 people. These are 2 of the same hats. All these others are different, and he got these 2 at the 3. It means something. It's not a coincidence because it happened twice. You see what I'm saying?
3 hats.
Happened at the
right?
beginning and
that
the
was
end.
quite a while ago. This would have been early days for his hitman career. All right. This is 2022. This is 3 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
What's interesting is that Bloodhound Slimito on the interestingly named track Big 3 that also featured Lil Jeff and Q50, he would say, on my first one I caught 3. I swear to God, I'm kind of different. When they're saying Big 3, are they talking about the Big 3 artists on the track? Or are they talking about the Big 3 bodies that they caught? Again,
both. Sound like it was probably Q50 and Lil Jeff and whoever the hell Slimito is. And he trying to say them the Big 3 and they killed 3. He said, on my first one, I called 3. Swear to God, I'm kind of different. He swore to God on that shit. Is he locked up? Lock his ass up.
You're going to call me the feds, but look, on my first one, I caught 3. Swear to God, I'm kind of different. There's not many triple murders that happen in the world.
In life, period.
This is a very specific crime you're copping to. Now, Redditors have been discussing the alleged hit for quite some time. Okay, they've been digging deep. We're saying this is the report on the Milwaukee triple murder that Q50, Jeff, and Slimito rapped about. Of the 3 victims, 2 were brothers. I don't know how true this is, but the reason for this murder was that one of the victims owed a drug seller. Slimito said on his first song, on my first one I caught 3, I'm kind of different. The self-snitching these guys do is insane. Q50 down there said the same thing. First time sliding, I went up 3. Big 3. The song's called Big 3. It's a banger. It's a great song.
No, it's not a great song. They can't rap. They can't rap. This is why I be trying to get y'all to understand. The killers, the quote-unquote killers in the streets are the goofies. Those are the slow brain, short yellow bus kids who barely know they ass from the back of their hand. You see what I'm saying? These are not the cool guys who smart and get girls and be fly and shit. It just so happened that they blew up rapping. They only blew up rapping because they were snitching on themselves. That's why to this day, Q50 is snitching on himself. If Q50 is not snitching on himself, nobody gives a fuck about him. That's why his homie got a public fucking defender in a murder case, because he's not getting money like fuck stink. He's not. That nigga not on the radio. Like, what are we talking about? So, and he signed to a deal. So that already tell you right there, the label taking all his money. He ain't getting no damn money. These are not the cool, the smart, cool kids that the girls like. That these are not them. These are the slow ass, short yellow bus kids who want to be accepted in the hood so bad that they will literally kill you and snitch on themselves on Instagram and then literally go to prison for the rest of their life just to say that they tough or just to say that they like that. It's sick as fuck. They like
K-Rex.
This is nothing to look up to. Like, this is weird, bro.
Basically, it's a bag on a dude head, literally. All right. He's posting that to say we put a bag on.
He's posting the video. He's posting the video with a shrug emoji with the clock. Come on,
the ops head, and they got it done.
These
That's what's basically being
dumb
said.
as hell.
All right. No way you guys really went and found that thing. 3 in a day. My dude kind of surprised me. That's on the track Op K. Endless songs. And the drug dealer is K-Rax, a.k.a. Q50, and Slimito's cousin, who paid them to kill him. You crazy? How? How do you know? How? Oh, my God. You really police? Oh, weird. Oh, everyone on here is police.
This is what I'm be talking about. Bro, you niggas is really the police on here. Like, shit actually scares me how y'all really dig deep for shit like this to get somebody locked up. What do you mean dig deep, bro? It's not. I didn't dig deep. I screenshotted a story post, my nigga. I didn't go on the dark web and find out his last 12 locations and where 7 addresses he lived at, nigga. I went to his story and screenshotted the shit he posted. What are you like people like that? It's just slow brain, bro. Just dumb as a box of rocks, bro. Like that. I don't understand. I don't understand how it's even possible to be this slow. It's actually kind of scary. Look at what he said. Dig deep. Dig deep where? Where did they dig deep? And then he said, it actually scares me how y'all really dig deep for shit like this to get somebody locked up. Why is this? Why? So it scares you more that somebody digs deep to get a killer locked up, but it doesn't scare you that some 16-year-old kids went from Chicago to Milwaukee and killed 3 people that they didn't even know for some money, went back to Chicago and made songs about it? That don't scare you. But the fact that a motherfucker screenshotted something and said, look, they snitching on themselves, that scares you? Like how slow are you, bro?
It scares me how you really dig deep for stuff like this to try and get somebody locked up. You're dumb as hell. Triple homicides don't happen often, so it's very easy to pinpoint what they were talking about. I live in Milwaukee, and all I can say is it's been going around that out-of-towners collected. Used to be up here a lot for cars too. Plug dropped a bag. Bloodhound Reapers came to collect. All right. It is a mess. Now, some Redditors even believe that Lil Jeff actually reenacted this hit, and you're going to call me the feds. Bloodhound Lil Jeff recreating the murder of the 3 victims in Milwaukee who got killed in an apartment by 3 shooters after they kicked the door in. They're saying this is what happened. That's apparently reenacting what happened. They kicked in the door and just shot everyone dead. Okay? Yes, he was a first-round self-snitcher. News article, it makes sense to me. And then all the lyrics. And in the video, it claims Jeff and 2 others, Q50, Queese, and the same dudes on Triple Threat song, claiming they were up 3, kicking in an apartment door. Just like how the 3 in Milwaukee got killed and killed someone. I think it was a paid hit. But why were people after a 50-year-old? Was he just innocent? He was just innocent that happened to be there. They were trying to get juice, and the other 2 guys just happened to be there, wrong place, wrong time, and got killed. Okay.
Look at this. This shit cap. Y'all never gonna get this lie off. Little boy ain't touching nobody in Milwaukee. Get outside. Shut your chest up. He definitely touched people in sweet ass Milwaukee. Damn. Why he go crazy like that? I just don't like how people be saying this shit cap. Like, bro, like he said, triple murders don't happen often. If I type in triple murders on Google, I guarantee you that it's not gonna be a whole lot of posts, bro. In America, it definitely not a whole lot of posts this year. So if a nigga makes a song about triple murder the same year in the same time frame that the triple murder happened, and makes more songs about killing drug dealers or killing people in Milwaukee, and then the guy who he was the rapper from Milwaukee that he was locked in with is a proven arrested drug dealer who said that they was coming to Milwaukee to get money. The little boys is not they're not rapping about trapping. They've never rapped about trapping. They never rapped about getting no type of real money, working hard, nothing. Only thing they've ever rapped about is killing people and robbing people.
Now, what's interesting, there would be even more crazy stuff in the aftermath.
There's more?
So
I'm
the
tired of
more
this shit at
murders that
this
kind of
point.
happened after this that people are kind of looking at with a bit of a side eye is this one in December the 3rd, 2023. By the end of that same year, there'd be another tragedy strike in the city of Milwaukee when 16-year-old GBG Chevy actually was killed in what they say was a targeted shooting, and apparently he was heavily involved in the streets himself.
And another family is grieving the loss of a 16-year-old gunned down as he left a basketball game Saturday night. Someone shot Chavez Collins after a game at South Division High School near 13th and Mitchell. And while police have not announced any suspects in this investigation, Collins' grandmother told us the past few months have been particularly hard.
The last 8 to 10 months has been very different for us. The streets consume my grandson.
It's really, really sad, right?
Real sad,
and apparently, less than a year later, there was apparently a get back for this incident when Clifton Penn Jr., aka BBM Mook, would allegedly be killed in retaliation for that hit. So this is basically going on. It says, Milwaukee fatal shooting, 58th and Fairmount. A shooting left a man dead on that street on September the 4th around 5 p.m. Police say the victim...
Well, I tell you one thing. If I'm ever in Milwaukee, I know where the fuck not to go to. I heard 51st and Mill, 58th and this, 55th and that. So anything in the 50s, you won't catch
man
me
was
in.
pronounced dead at the scene. And investigators are looking into what led to the gunfire, but no arrests have been made. But interestingly, 607 Unc and Milwaukee Hood News would actually discuss the Bloodhound gang and their alleged connection to these shootings.
Problem, right? But all my viewers and everybody right there at home that's watching, they got to understand the real truth about Milwaukee. So I want to talk about the truth about Milwaukee, right? Because I don't got no valid truth that happened, but I got valid truth that what happened was this, right? When Mook got killed because of Chevy, right? And the person that killed Mook, like I keep telling you, is Bloodhound Jeff from Chicago. He was paid to kill Mook by the GBG gang, and I don't think you understand that.
It wasn't Jeff, bro. It was affiliated with that. It's close, but it was not Jeff, bro.
But it's not close, gang, because listen, you saw.
No, it was Bloodhound, but it wasn't Jeff.
Gang, it was Bloodhound, but it was Jeff. Because listen, if you Bloodhound and you connected with Jeff, you don't know who doing the hit, right? It's under their tag. Just like if you go to McDonald's, you don't know who made the fries.
You know who did it, bro. It's their most turned rapper right now.
But you don't know who did it. Like if you go to McDonald's, they most turned person making the fries probably don't make your fries that day. So you don't really know.
Bro, you stupid as
Come on, gang. How am I stupid? I'm just keeping it real. So how do you know, right?
He's saying they know who did it. It's their most turned rapper right now.
Which
he's
is
saying
Q50.
it's Q50. That's what he's saying. They're calling it Milwaukee, right? Look, I'm not saying Q50 did it, but he's saying it's their most turned rapper. Tell me a more turned rapper from the Bloodhounds, right? Lil Jeff's not alive. So,
right. You
know what I mean? And this is November of 2024. So, all right, the Redditors would discuss Bloodhounds' ties to Milwaukee's in much more detail. And basically, it starts sounding like the Bloodhounds are actually an arm of the Milwaukee streets, right? It says, bet y'all don't know that Lil Jeff got bodies in Milwaukee. They know now. He's real respected in Milwaukee, mostly because he was paid to kill, earning his respect out there, all right? They love him out there. This is K-Rax. Long live Lil Jeff, showing love after he passed away, right? Legendary dude. To them. They're saying, dude was always destined to be murdered. You can't kill forever without being put in the dirt. Getting paid to drill MFs you don't even know is crazy work. These guys are psychopaths.
Exactly.
That's why they tied in so much. Ain't nothing like a hustler meeting a killer. You can sit back and drop them bags.
That's why I want y'all to understand. These are the goofies. These are the goofies that, okay, it's K-Rack sound like he getting money. I see him with Rolexes on, chains. It seems like he always kind of like he getting some type of decent money. So let me pay these goofy ass little kids $5,000-$10,000 real quick to go kill them. And then when they go back to Chicago, ain't nobody gonna know what happened. I get them niggas out the way and I ain't gotta worry about no murder charges. Now look at what bro said. The niggas in the middle are their Milwaukee giveaway, but nah, that's crazy. Let me start hitting some jacks so I can get some paper too. Stupid ass little boys. So somebody said, risk your freedom forever for $10,000. Electricians make that in a month, little dude. Go to school. Exactly. Let me teach y'all something. How long is trade school to become an electrician? 2 years, 6 months to 2 years for certificates and diplomas. But becoming a fully licensed electrician usually involves that schooling plus a 4 to 5 year paid apprenticeship, totaling about 5 to 7 years for the entire process. Okay, so how much do electricians make after their let's say during their apprenticeship? Okay, so it says $22 an hour. Let's see per year. Okay, per year. So they usually earn about 40 to 50,000 for their apprenticeship. So in 6 months, you could be making $5,000 to $6,000 a month. And you drove all the way to Milwaukee for $10,000. And then this makes it even stupider. They drive to Milwaukee, kill somebody for $10,000, drive back to Chicago. Let's subtract like $100 because you have to fill up your gas tank. Come back to Chicago. They just risk going to jail. They risk dying during the murder. They risk their whole life, right? And then they come back to Chicago with the $10,000 cash and spend the $10,000 on, wait for it, fake watches, fake jewelry, fake or real designer, and drugs. But I'm a lame for sitting down and watching y'all tell on yourself, and I get paid more than $25,000 a week, and I'm a lame? Yeah, keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Dude in the middle of a dead Milwaukee giveaway. But basically, they're saying dude was a menace. It's insane if true. It's definitely true. He even said it himself. I talk to Milwaukee cats regularly. They call me. Some stuff ain't for the internet, but Jeff wasn't hiding it. So
exactly.
Stamped, all right?
He wasn't even hiding it.
K-Rax would regularly post reminiscing about his favorite shooter. He was just kicking back, dropping the bag. This is one that he posted, Milwaukee Trapper, K-Rax, reminiscing on his personal hitman, Lil Jeff. Miss you, gangster. Ain't met a dude like you ever. You was everything these dudes tried to be. Real savage 101. Crown, you needed out.
Everything these niggas try to be, but you ain't killing nobody. You was paying somebody to do it. So, what you talking about for real, bro?
NSA. Oh, you needed out here. They needs his hitman.
Yeah, they need another hitman.
He was everything.
Yeah, right? You was everything these niggas talk about, boy. You was the goofiest nigga in the world. You would go kill 50 niggas for me. I paid your ass $5,000 or what you call it. You was the goofiest, man. I miss you, bro. I can't find another goofy out here. That's basically what he just said. And he tried to make it sound cool, but that's what he just said.
They're saying, why doesn't no one speak about Bloodhound Swerve? Post talking about these dudes rather blow up off rap than make them MFs feel the same pain. That's probably a diss to Q50, I'm not going to lie. But interestingly, okay, the war in Milwaukee didn't stop, all right? In December the 18th, 2023, apparently 2 local factors in the streets known as Jig and Selly Cell were killed near 20th and Locust on Milwaukee's north side of the city, okay? This is going around. It says 2 Milwaukee fathers who were rappers were killed in a double...
Also for Mars, many fans able to make...
Look, a round of like, you know, K-Rax basically just... you know, out here in Milwaukee with Jeff and them. Basically about how, you know, if anyone was messing with them, you was on the menu. They had the real shooters in Milwaukee, all right? They had the most notorious shooters in Chicago, the most famous rappers out there frontlining for them, and that's just the way it goes, okay? So
FBI, open up!
Please, for the love God, please. The world will be a safer place if y'all lock all these goofies up. Bloodhound Q50, please keep snitching on yourself so they can lock your dumb ass up. Again, I would love to just see a whole downfall of the whole Bloodhound. Like, these motherfuckers is out. The world will be a better place, bro. It'll be safer for the kids, gang. I'm telling you.